So hey y'all, welcome back to my little podcast. And today y'all, we finna be talking about the not enough school funding for y'all, it's hot. For not enough school funding for athletes, for school athletes. And specifically we're talking about Lithonia High School. No shade. But it had to be said. Had to be thrown out there. Now, our biggest pet peeve here is that when it comes to certain sports, Lithonia do not provide enough for it. Like, it can be the most smallest sport, the most littlest sport, and they still won't have like the right stuff for it. Like, it's like we got to come out of our way and got to get our money just to have stuff that we supposed to already supposedly to be having on the field and stuff. And let's talk about it. We're gonna get right into it, and we're gonna talk about track. Lithonia High School track team. Yes, we had a good little run-in last year. We went to state and everything. I know y'all heard about it, even though they didn't give us no announcement about it. Well, I think they did. They probably did. I just probably wasn't paying attention to it. But yes, they should have given us some more credit after all the hard work we did. But anyways, we're getting off topic. So the problem is that, because I'm an athlete for Lithonia High School, guys. I am an athlete. I do track and cross country. I did some of everything with my time during school. Like through elementary, I was doing like cross country, track, basketball. In middle school, I was doing some flag, did a little wrestling. I did a lot of stuff, and I was in a lot of clubs too. Like, I always wanted to keep myself busy because I never wanted to be home. But anyways, we're getting off topic again. But the problem with school fundings for the athletes is that when it comes to sports that's like really important, like the other sports, it's like we don't give enough attention for it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, say for instance, well, I am on the track team. I do track, and I do cross country. Cross country do not have a lot of stuff that they're supposed to be having. Jerseys. We're wearing jerseys since like 9th grade year. Why are we wearing these old jerseys? Where's our new stuff we put in for? There's one. And then track. We got these old rusty blocks. These old hurdles. That old little jumping pad. We need new equipment. And last time I checked, we put a little notice in for it. We only got like maybe one or two new blocks. Maybe one set of new hurdle, one hurdle that was new. One little jumpy hurdle thingy that was new. Like, we need new equipment. And I was searching online, and it also tells me it depends on how large the school is. Currently, our school has over 1,504 students in here. That's a lot of kids. That's a lot of kids for just one little school with one floor. But we make it work, though. They make it work. And our school we have like enough funding, but it's like we don't have enough when it comes to athletes. Because when I was during my track season, we didn't have a lot of stuff that we needed. It's like always when we got to go to the meets early just so we can work on certain things that we should already have down pat when we're at school practicing. We can hardly use our blocks because they're so broken down. We can hardly use some of our equipment because they're so broken down. We can hardly wear some of our jerseys. We have to come out of pocket buying Nike Tech shorts and little jerseys and all that stuff. Like, we shouldn't have to come out of pocket for this. This should already be provided when we put the notice in for it. Like, hey, you know, the head of the directors, the head of the sports people, Coach Johnson, you know, or hit the principal up like, hey, we need new equipment, we need new this, we need new that. Like, we shouldn't have coaches and everything just always coming out of pocket to provide for their athletes. Like, the school should pitch in too and giving their proper funding. That's all I'm saying here. But let's say, for instance, South Gwinnett has over 2 buildings. South Gwinnett High School has 2 buildings. One separate and the other one section off. They have a pretty big school. I do not know how many students they have. I did not look them up because I didn't care to, because I don't go there. Respectfully, I don't go there. But as I was saying, our school is not all that big, but it is big at the same time. We have over 1,504 students up in here. 90% of us do sports, and we do not have the right stuff that we need for it. So we need to make this a habit, and some of us need to start speaking up, like me, because I always speak up. I don't never hold my tongue. Anyways, some of us need to start speaking up and saying how that we need more school funding provided for our athletes, because our athletes don't hardly get enough attention like the football players do. They get enough attention. It's time for somebody else to shine. Let's move to the side, okay? Okay. No shade, but shade. Sorry, not sorry. But when it comes to other sports, it's like we're being placed in the shadows. And I'm really talking about cross country and track mainly, and kind of wrestling and tennis and all that other stuff. But it all depends on the coaches too, if they want to make it known. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, we finna do this, we finna do that. If you want to do this, you can do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, speaking up. Everybody's so fixated on football, they forget about other sports, really. But that's okay. That's why I'm here to remind you guys that all the sports matter. And that don't mind the edges. It's real hot up in my room now. Don't mind it. Don't pay attention. And another thing, that when it comes to school funding, we just need to provide more. Like, it doesn't matter. Even with the school clubs, we need to provide more. We should not be coming out of pocket just to pay for the stuff we should already have. Okay? And another thing, for example, North Atlanta High School with over 147 million price tags. You hear that? I'm not talking about 1,000. I ain't talking about a little 100. I'm talking about 1 million. You get what I'm saying? And also, it's stated as the most expensive school in Georgia, according to a reporter by Atlanta Journalist Constitution. I think that's what that says. Yes. And noted that Miller Grove High School is noted as the largest constructed high school according to their website, which is also a collab with also higher funding. I feel like since everybody else have big supporters and a lot of funding, we need to have that, because when it comes to certain things and we got to come out of pocket out of so much money too, like track fees, $400, dang near $500. There is no way it should be that much. Like, there is no way. Please excuse my little sister, she did just walk past my room, but there is no way it should be that much. There is no way it should be that much. Excuse my little sister in the background. But excuse me, I had to take a little drink break. But let's get back into it. To get to more answers that you'll like, you can research the annual budget of Lithonia High School for other schools in the area and compare them. I compared I compared some schools to our school with dealing with our funding. Miller Grove it said on the website, this one website, I forgot what it's called, please forgive me, Miller Grove has more funding than us. South Gwinnett High School has more funding than us. As y'all heard, North Atlanta High School has more funding than us. I think it's Redan. Redan has more funding than us. I think Towers even do too, because it showed it up on the website. And I'm just trying to figure out, like, when it comes to their athletes, they're going up and beyond for it. What about us? This is the struggle here, guys. Like, we gotta talk about it because this is shameful. I mean, come on now. There's no way we should be coming out of pocket for the small things that should already be provided for us. Like, it's not even that big of a deal. We just need you to step up your game more. I'm not trying to call out nobody. I'm not trying to call out no coaches, nobody, no teachers, no nothing. I'm just saying, when it comes to school funding for athletes, they need to step it up a little bit. Because I done my research. I did the programs. And what I seen, I don't like what I have seen. I've been in this school for dang near 4 years. Baby, I'm a senior now. And we still have some of the old equipment that we had since I came to Lithonia High School. Like, it's ridiculous. Come on now. How many times we got to put in orders just to get new equipment? It's ridiculous. Like, we shouldn't have to do that. We shouldn't have to. Like, we really shouldn't. But if y'all look up here, I searched up who has more funds than Lithonia High School. And as y'all can clearly see, this was all I was reading from our little website. And yeah, every Miller Grove has more funding than us. And all the rest of the other schools that I called out has more funding than us. So I feel like this year we should really step up our game. That is the one in my little wish list for our little school. We should step up our game for our school athletes and to anybody who's up in the program, because there's no way we should be coming out of pocket dang near almost going into debt. Well, I don't know if you adults doing that, but it wouldn't be me. But dang near going into debt, trying to just make stuff right just so we can, compete and stuff, go out of town, take us on trips and stuff, travel, you know what I'm saying? It be the small things that really matter the most. And this is my final thing, and then I'm going to, end this little podcast. And another thing that we all should know, we all should try to pitch in to make this known, like, this is not okay and this is not all right, that we should, speak up when it comes to certain things. Like, I wouldn't say every sport don't have enough funds, but I know track and cross country do not have enough funds that they need. We need new equipment for track. Let's try to get that going. We need new jerseys and new outfits for cross country. Let's get that going. We shouldn't be wearing baggy clothes, baggy uniform that don't even halfly fit our bodies, because we want to feel light when we run. We don't want to feel heavy, and on top of that, we're gonna sweat. Baby, I don't want to feel that, and neither do you. Okay, so let's try to work on that. And this is the end of my podcast. I hope you guys do enjoy. And who's all on my team is, shout outs to them, it's Ray Trin, Cesar, and me, the host, of course. And I hope you guys enjoy. And on to the next.
Bitch, I'm taking off, I'm floating out of space.
Hello, my name is Trinity Crittenden, and my part of the podcast will be talking about the social effects AI has on people right now. And right now, it's not very good. A lot of people are using it to actually socialize and seeing that as real socialization. But most of these AIs are just trained to adapt to your sense of a conversation and eventually just cater to all your thoughts and ideas. And not opening yourself to new opinions or perspectives. It's just like trapping yourself in a bubble within a bubble. And some people are actually seeing themselves in relationships with it, and that just says a lot on its own. I'm not a big fan of AI, of how people are using it. It can be used for a lot of good things, but it's just how people are using it right now is not, in my opinion, is not how we should be turning to in a society. Depending on these codes for socialization or advice, and just expecting that to be the norm out of regular people you talk to. And if it was more regulated and just not just out there like it is now, then maybe I would turn to liking it more. But where it's at now and how it is and how people are using it and what it's leading to some people to do isn't very appealing to me right now. There's good uses for it. It's just people. It's just people. Yep, and that's all the time I have.
Hi, my name is Lejean Rice, and today I will be discussing something that's not only affecting but hitting an entire generation hard. The cause? Student debt. Right now, more than 43 million Americans are carrying student loan debt. That's nearly 1 in 5 adults. And the total? Take a guess. Over $1.7 trillion. And you might be thinking, that's a huge number. Yes, it is. But not only is it that, it's a burden that follows people for years, sometimes decades. For students, debt starts accumulating the moment they touch foot on campus, from tuition to housing to books and fees. It tends to add up fast. And for low-income families, student loans often feel like the only way to access higher education. But what was supposed to be an investment to your future can become a financial trap later on in life. Recent studies show that grads are delaying major life milestones, buying homes, starting families, even pursuing their dream careers because they can't afford to take financial risk. Some are even working multiple jobs just to keep up with interest payments, not even touching the principal. And let's not forget the mental toll that this can take on anybody. From stress to anxiety and burnout are 3 common symptoms that happens while trying to pay off student debt. The system was so-called built to help students succeed, but obviously somewhere along the way, it stopped working for them. College can still be seen as a ticket of opportunity. I won't keep trying to run it back. To what cost?